taking my time, I've been taking my time. Taking all of your time, taking all of your time, yeah. I've been taking my time, I've been taking my time. Taking all of your time, taking all of your time, yeah.
Hey, my trendies, trendsetters, and my trendy tribe. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Let me know if you can hear me because I definitely don't have an avatar, the one where I can see my circle vibrating. So I definitely need y'all to let me know if you can hear me. Let me see here. Okay, sound check Annette says yes. Okay. All right, we are at a tight lunch break hour today, lunch break live. Okay, so I'm going to do a few greetings and then I'm going to get on into our topics. Replay gang, I will pin in the comments when I go past the greetings. All right, hey, lovely Linda Gamble, part of the Mod Squad, one of the hardest working people on YouTube. Hey, PN2 Ross, how are you? Hey, Deuce Johnson, Sweet Rose. Hey, Tara. Hey, Robin Powell, Veronica Monroe, my sweet sis 41 Fit, part of the Mod Squad. She's also a content creator in the house. 41 Fit, check your messages real fast, and let me know if you can see it now. Hey, Sound Check Annette. Let me see. Hey, Lizzie Wheeler, Paper Chase 22. Cynthia Arrington, Queen 3K, how you doing? Hey, Danny, how are you? Danny is part of the Mod Squad as well. Hey, Lady Hustle Net, Let's Be Clear, Rhonda F, Square Biz. I see everybody saying, hey. Oh, hey, Shan, one of my legal eagles, part of the Mod Squad. Also, sometimes it's called the Legal Thug. Let me see. Hey, Connie Jones, Judy Condell, VG. Let me see. Karen Carter, good morning. Angela Hudnall. Okay, and I'm going to scroll one last time and I'll stop. Hey, April. Fabulous Linda Greer, how are you? Okay, I have to stop there so we can get everything in this hour. Okay, so we're going to start with some really nice news. Okay, and then we'll just keep going with everything you saw on the thumbnail. All right, so there is this young lady. She's 27 years old. Her name is Zoe Williams, and she made history as the first Black female pilot to fly a Boeing 777. Okay, it says Zoe Williams, a 27-year-old from Ontario, Canada, with four college degrees from Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University, recently made history as the airline's first Black female pilot. Zoe has been featured in videos by Air Canada and Elevate Aviation's Women of Inspiration. She was also selected among the top 20 under 40 by Wings magazine. So yes, Angela said she read that story and she is so proud of her. Yes, me too, Angela. That is so cool. She's so cute. I know it has nothing to do with nothing, but you know, she just looks cute. She's like, she fits where she's sitting. I love to see it. So shout out to Zoe. That is awesome. Okay, as I look for my next topic, I'll see if y'all comment anything else. Okay. Thank you, 41 Fit. Okay. All right. Yeah, Journey to Jasmine said it's the 777 for me. Yes, middle sis. Shout out to Journey to Jasmine. She is a content creator as well. I actually have to go watch your video. I saw it was Legion, and I like how you turned that to you. Of course, you know what's happening with Melody, but y'all go check out her video. I haven't watched this in my watch later, but it's, if y'all know, Legion is from the Who the F Did I Marry, and that's what Tisa Risa Tisa named her ex. At first it was like Legion of Demons, basically from the Bible. So yeah, so then to see Journey to Jasmine's title with Legion, I was like, aha, I see what you did there, sis. Angela says she is cute. Yes. Good morning, Robin. Okay, so our next thing, Lil Wayne is being sued by his former chef. So this is coming from TMZ. It says Lil Wayne fired his personal chef at the drop of a hat. This after she ditched him. Now, like, okay, this is very biased already, but I know even as myself, I'm going to be biased as well when I report on certain people. But it says Lil Wayne fired his personal chef at the drop of a hat. This after she ditched him in Vegas to deal with a pressing family emergency. So claims the woman in a new lawsuit. Morgan Medlock just filed suit against Weezy for what she claims is wrongful termination, retaliation, and a number of unlawful practices that she says she was subjected to when he canned her earlier this year just because she went to go help her injured son. According to the docs obtained by TMZ, Medlock that's from outside. Medlock describes a trip to Vegas she tagged along for during Memorial Day weekend, for which she says she was doing her job, aka cooking all of Lil Wayne's meals, etc. At this point, Medlock says she'd had the gig almost 2 years. Things were going swimmingly, that is, until Medlock says she was notified of a head injury by her, or a head injury her 10-year-old had sustained that left him hospitalized. Obviously, Medlock wanted to get back to LA ASAP, but she claims Wayne and company were screwing up the flight back over shenanigans. Namely, that Weezy allegedly delayed things by toking up on the aircraft. Instead of standing around and waiting for them to get their act together, Medlock says she hightailed it out of there on a separate flight, notifying Wayne's assistant of the situation and assuming they'd understand. Instead, she claims she was terminated. Medlock says after she left, Wayne's team kept asking her if she was quitting, to which she says she clearly responded no. After her son was dealt with, Medlock says she tried getting back into the swing of things as head chef, but claims she got the cold shoulder. Eventually, Medlock claims somebody on Wayne's team texted her an ungraceful goodbye message, and she was later formally told she was being let go, with a message from Wayne saying, "Tell Chef Morgan this isn't going to work," or so she claims in the suit. She says her firing is in violation of California law to fire someone because they missed work to care for their sick or injured child, and she wants at least $500,000 from Wayne for the injustice. Okay, well, more has developed since then, and so Lil Wayne filed, or his team filed, saying that she is not willing to be grilled under oath, but I think possibly like more of a deposition type thing, as they battle over the 500K lawsuit. It says Lil Wayne asked a judge to sanction his ex-chef for failing to appear for an in-person deposition where he planned to grill her about the allegations in her wrongful termination lawsuit. According to court documents obtained by Radar Online, the Lollipop rapper accused Morgan Medlock of refusing to show up on the scheduled deposition date. Wayne said his legal team provided Medlock with the date of the deposition 3 months ahead of time. He claimed they scheduled it for February 15th, 2024. A day before the deposition, Wayne says Medlock claimed the in-person deposition could not go forward and instead demanded it be taken remotely. Wayne's lawyer argued there is no undue burden and there is no harassment involved in requiring Medlock herself, who is demanding $500,000 from Wayne, to sit for a day of deposition. Medlock is the most important witness for Wayne to depose. Medlock can travel 35 miles round trip and make arrangements to appear in person for 1 day of deposition. This is certainly reasonable given her claims against Wayne. The rapper asked the court to compel Medlock to appear at an in-person deposition, which he said was something she has adamantly and wrongfully refused to do in this case. In addition, he asked that she be sanctioned $7,000 for failing to appear. And then there's one more part I'm going to go. I skipped down because it's going to recap what I already read to y'all. It says the rapper argued Medlock was not an employee, but an independent contractor. In addition, he said all of his sanctions were legitimate. All of his actions were legitimate, good faith, justified, non-discriminatory, and or non-retaliatory business reasons. He demanded the entire lawsuit be tossed. The judge has yet to rule. Okay, y'all, these are my first feelings when I started reading this, right? I'm gonna tell y'all, I gotta be truthful. I don't know these people. Okay, first thing I thought was he was already tired of that woman. He was already tired of that woman. I think she was already hanging on by a thread. That's my opinion. Maybe she got too comfortable. Maybe when you start thinking the person you work for is also your friend. I'm not saying that's what that woman did, but I'm saying that I feel like they was waiting on the reason to be like, you know what, it's cool. You ain't got to come back. That's what I got from that. Because if someone is still very much liking your services and they still like the dynamics and everything else, no matter how you got home to your child, you already had kind of finished your job. You just caught a separate flight on the way back. You weren't going to be cooking on the plane. So I feel like they were going to let her go for any reason. I hated that it had to come in conjunction with her child. Angela said, yeah, it's more to the story than just her child being injured, in my opinion. That's it too. That's exactly, Angela, where we're on the same page. I also feel like I need to know now, was she a contracted worker? Or was she an actual employee under, California labor laws and everything? Like, what kind of contract did they have? Because if she was a contracted person, unless in her contract it was something about how much notice you may have to receive before your contract ends and all these things, I don't know. But I mean, for her to even use her money to do the lawsuit, maybe she could have something. I haven't seen their contract and I don't know, but it is very, very different to be a contracted person versus an actual like normal employee. So that is a very key part. And then to miss the deposition and they gave you 3 months notice. I was thinking I was going to read it was a not last minute date, but a close date. You know what I mean? I was thinking it was going to be something. And then to not cancel till the day before. So I think that had it been right, I feel like she should have just applied for the remote deposition when she received notice that they wanted her to depose in person. She should have already had her attorney like, well, go ahead and request from the court. I want to try to do it remote. And maybe because she does feel like maybe she'd be intimidated or something else. I don't know. And I don't know if they'd approve it, but you definitely don't want to wait till the last minute on things like that. Not the day before. The day before is really going to hurt you when you try to ask for things like that. Shan says, to me, the child incident isn't the reason she was let go because she went back and worked after that. Oh, yeah. They did let her come back and then they gave her the cold shoulder. So they let her come back. So she wasn't terminated right after, like while she was on the trip to see her child. She went back, felt like she was getting the cold shoulder, and then eventually she got a text like, hey, we good on your services. Danny says she can come work for me, but I'll only be able to pay $20. Not a month, Danny. Girl. Yes, Bravo Addiction, contract details. That's what we need. The contract is key. Shan said, however, California is an at-will employment state. They don't need a reason unless it's a contract. Okay, that's good too. And on that thing, as long as Lil Wayne and them don't try to sit up there and say it's specifically because you went back to go see your child or leaning on it, whatever. And honestly, like Shan said, if it's at will, they really don't have to give you a reason. So the best they can do is not say too much on Lil Wayne's side. Just don't say too much. If it's an at will type of employment state, oh, you're done. I'm sorry, ma'am. It's not looking good. Anything's possible, but it's not looking good. Danny said, that's all I have to spare. Yep. I mean, look, but Rose, in the entertainment industry, heck, not even in the entertainment industry, if especially if you're a contracted employee and all these things, there's all kinds of ways you might get that letter of like, hey, you got to go. I'm not surprised it was through text message. I'm not. Now, would it be more professional to do it another way? Of course, but text message does not surprise me. Let me see. Good morning, everybody that's coming in. Yep, Texas is at will too. I wonder if it was Arkansas. I feel like they had said Arkansas was too. There's a lot of states that are at will because I'm sure it's like easier for the employer, of course. And yep, that well, that's the thing too. Would she have even been an employer or just a contracted service? That's the thing too, because all that matters, and you know what I mean. So yes, so I'm sure when they go to court, all they have to do is prove if she was actually a contracted employee, or not even that. If they're at will, it does not. It kind of doesn't matter as long as he didn't do anything egregious. It doesn't matter if you're at will. It's almost as bad as being broken up with through text. Yeah, just use the credentials. Like I would say use the fact that you were his chef to go be someone else's chef. But then if they like put out some bad information on you, then you can get them for impeding your next opportunities or something like that. Maybe that's my opinion on the Lil Wayne and chef right now. Okay. I'm looking to see if I see any more comments, and then we're going to go into my next topic. We're on a tight hour if you have come in. Okay, and hey, everybody that is coming in. Hey, hey, hey. Danny said I still get the Cheesecake Factory, so this is out of my tax bracket. Nothing wrong with the Cheesecake Factory. Okay. We got to support our queen, Queen Sheba, okay? Let's talk about it. So, Queen Sheba is going to interview, or she has already interviewed. It is airing tonight. And Nightbot is dropping the link to Queen Sheba's interview. I want to make sure to see if I see it dropped at least once, because if not, I need to go turn it on to make sure. Oh yeah, see, there it goes. It's dropping it, so you can just tap that link in the live chat. I will try to make sure I remember to also add the link in the description box for the replay game. But I got a few things to go over with y'all. So you probably are already familiar at this point with Michelle Lau's story and what allegedly Cora Jakes and her husband have done to this woman. Of course, Cora Jakes is the daughter of TD Jakes, and we're gonna watch Queen Sheba's trailer. Okay, we're gonna watch Queen Sheba's trailer. I'm gonna read her caption, and then I'm gonna tell you what I have in my notes about this, because it's crazy. All right, so let's watch her trailer first. Let me change my audio settings to make sure y'all have the best audio experience. So hold on one second. Oh, this thing. Okay, never mind. You're going to hear it through my mic. It's not loaded in StreamYard all of a sudden. Okay, hold on. Here you go.
What are you looking for? I want my child back. I still have a gag order, but I don't care. Why do you think so many Black women would sit back and not step in? He has a lot of weight. He has a lot of influence. He has a lot of power. I'm fighting for my child. I'm fighting for my flesh, my DNA. I sleep with a picture of Jason by my bed every night. Cora was there. Now this is after they. Whoa.
Still there though. All right. Sorry, y'all. I muted myself. Forgot I was playing through the mic, so y'all should only miss like maybe one word. I see everyone saying they're coming to support Queen Sheba. Let me see. 41 says sorry. She was helping me look for some things on YouTube, so if she didn't say hi, don't take it personally. Yeah, Angela. And then you know what? You'll see it tonight in her interview, exactly that context that she provides about the exorcism part. Very sad. I listened to True T this morning, and she was playing Michelle Lau's one of the times she commented on this whole thing, and she was crying because Cora Jake's husband, not only was he accused, but was he charged? He might have been charged. I don't know if he was charged and convicted, but basically of inappropriately touching the other child in their house that is an adopted daughter to both of them, I believe. So she was like, I'm so scared, like what could be happening to my son. That's so it's gonna be very emotional. Queen Sheba was the right person to do it. Queen Sheba in her caption said, "For we are not fighting against flesh and blood enemies, but against evil rulers and authorities of the unseen world, against mighty powers in this dark world, and against evil spirits in the heavenly places." Again, this airs tonight at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so please go to support Queen Sheba. I'm still on the Queen Sheba topic. I just gotta go over my notes real fast. I'm gonna be there watching, but I will be my eyes will be eagle-eyed on the chat, okay? Because for tonight, I'm making sure nobody's over there trying to jeopardize her channel. So do not take it personally if I'm not able to say hello or any of that, because I'm sniper eyes tonight. I'm looking for certain things. So just y'all already know when I can greet, I greet. It's just part of me anyway. So please do not take that personally if I cannot greet you, because I'm looking for some very specific things. Let me see. Chef Don Don said he will be doing a recap, and y'all know he had been following that story very closely, as well as other content creators, but he was just one I had recently seen, but I've definitely had been familiar with the story, but I want to shout out a content creator I know. So Chef Don Don is going to recap this interview. And if I get I want to get a chance to watch it at least twice, once to monitor that chat, the second time to actually take notes, and I'll hope to also bring y'all a recap of the interview once I'm done with my notes. I don't want to rush it, so even if I'm not in the first group, I'm just eventually want to come and, talk about it with y'all. Let me see. Okay, and I already said Nightbot's dropping the link. Okay, hold on 1 second before we go to the next topic, and then I'll look at y'all's comments too before we move on. Okay, just want to make sure nothing crazy is going on. All right, let me see what y'all said. Sandra P said, "I'm late, but I'll like and rewind. I'll be at Queen Sheba's for that interview." Yes, thank you so much for supporting her. Yeah, exactly, April. Sweet Rose says she'll be there. Sylvia said, "I can't imagine someone taking my child. This is heartbreaking." And ER said, "Yes, the ex-husband was convicted." 41 Fifth said, "I'm going to be in there like swimwear for Queen Sheba. I can't deal with you." Brenda Wallace said, "Prayers up for Queen Sheba and Maz." Yes, Brenda. And hey, everyone. Hey, Tyra. Hey, everyone that has come in. Reem Bass. Okay. Let's see here. All right, let's get to our next topic, because we are still in our tight hour, and I was afraid I might not get into everything. Let me see here. Okay, we're going to get into melody stories, and then we do also still have the Simon Guobadia lawsuit that was filed January 2024. January 2024 is kicking Simon's behind. That's also January 26th, I think, is when it was filed, but January 2024 was kicking his behind, because that's also when his thing got denied again for the what are they called? I'm just gonna say immigration, but they have a very much formal official name. Yes, come on with the Palace Frogs, Danny. Yes, for Queen Sheba. Indigo Girl says, "Surely watching Queen Sheba, she's the GOAT in this sector." And she is. She picked the right one. She definitely picked the right one. When I say she, I mean Michelle. She definitely picked the right person. Let's see here. Okay. Ro React said, "Let's show out for Queen Sheba." Yes. No, it was the name of the agency. Sorry, Angela. I was trying to think of the name of the agency that denied him. They had like a U. It was like 4 or 5 initials. I can't even remember though. Hey, Miss J. Yes, we just talked about that. Thank you very much. And yes, we show love to True T out here too. But yes, I definitely we just covered that. You might be coming in right after I had said it. Okay. 41 Fifth said, "Please come in with the open mind for Queen. She was live. We are critical thinkers." Right. All right. So now we're gonna go over Melody stories real fast. And I need to look at my gallery, because there's a picture I feel like is not in here. Let me see. Let me make sure. I just don't want to miss it. Okay. Hold on. I feel like there was another one, but we're gonna talk about what's in her stories right now. All right. So, first of all, this was yesterday when she said she only had a few tickets left in the general admission. There were 9 at that time. I'm sure it is either gone or very, 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 very low. So, if you haven't had a chance, but you're thinking about going, go check it one more time to see if there's any tickets left for general admission. All right. Then, oh yeah, the apple cinnamon and pumpkin spice scrubs are being like, there's 30% off for that because she's bringing in some spring scents. I can't wait to smell what the spring scents are gonna be. So that's really, for me, that's exciting because y'all, I got 7th Avenue everything in this house at this point, including for my hair. I just did my, not deep conditioned. I did my leave-in conditioner treatment in my hair yesterday. Okay. Shout out to the Millimeters fan page. Her name is India Akia, and let me tell you, if she ain't wearing this doggone outfit, this J Bolin Melody collab collection outfit, look how cute she is. That's one of my favorites too. That's probably gonna be on my list of ones to try to get, when the back is unbigged. This right here is where I wanted people to really, really, really see this one. Okay. In her story, she put, as bad as you want to address it, sometimes it's best to let God defend you. He saw it too. Now we have been given wisdom as well, because sometimes even she has not always just allowed, how can I say it? I can't say she hasn't allowed God to still handle it, but there are some people at some times that don't deserve you addressing them. That's how I'm gonna put it. Doesn't mean it won't get addressed. They don't deserve it from you on some things. And I feel like there's a lot of chaotic legions, like Jasmine put out here, that keep trying to get that attention. They want it so bad. And they're like, well, will this get them to talk about me? Or will this get them to talk about me? So they just keep trying out different ways. So when I saw this, I was like, yeah, it's some people that it's going to be few and far between that you're able to get me to talk about you. And it's going to be because I chose to. But it's going to be rare because you're benefiting off certain people's attention. I ain't going to say mine because I ain't been paying attention to them. So it's not my attention, but you're benefiting off certain people's attention. And you don't deserve it, but you're getting it for now. It is what it is. But yeah, sometimes, you don't have to address everything. That don't mean it's not being handled. And, just use discernment, wisdom, all those things. But I totally agree with this. Some situations and people just don't deserve you addressing it. It's like, literally, I love when I came across that thing about starving, like basically the attention from certain things, because that's really what they want. Because whatever reaction for them is still feeding them. You know what I mean? So, y'all, for instance, I'm trying to say this because I'm not criticizing any specific thing or anybody, because I still will cover people whether I care for them or not. Like, for instance, there's court cases I cover on people I don't care about. So that still brings a level of attention. So I'm very well aware of that. But you're not going to get me just on a day in, day out, day in, day out. I will not allow you to have it. It's not happening. And then Melody posted, don't screw over people who have been good to you. That's law. Ooh. Y'all, did Destiny do something? And I know she probably didn't, because this is a quote from Business Mindset. Okay, so, but y'all know how every time Destiny will post something and then at the end she'll put hashtag it's law. I just thought about her. I swear I wasn't thinking about this when I saw it. But it applies to Destiny, and I know it applies to a lot of people, but this applies to Destiny because she'll be like, she'll put some kind of quote or say something and she'll put hashtag it's law. Girl, I don't know if this is about you, Destiny. It probably isn't because you're not really worth it, but oh, I just thought about that. It hit me. It hit me like a ton of bricks. Okay. April said, and I whoop. Okay. Then Melody is showing, because she does use her own hair care system. She said, and yes, hair care is still selling. If you get that whole bundle and use the code GROW, it's 30% off. She said, healthy vegan hair care system that works. The goal is healthy hair. And I will say this, that moisture retainage for me is a really big factor that I really enjoy. So of course, I posted my picture of it. Do I have a picture of it on here? I might not, but if I did, I would show y'all. I might have to have that set up so I can just show y'all sometimes. But I was froed out when I first tried her products to just show, like, yeah, I was the fro was shining, it was glistening, you know what I mean? So love it. I use it. I'm a 4C girly and I really enjoy it. Bravo Addiction laugh. She might have just called a stray 41 Fit, right? Yes, I'm sure it's about him and the rest of the Legion, because it's never just one. They try to come in groups. Yep, she's very clever. And again, I'll say this. I agree with 41 Fit. I think Destiny just caught the straight. I don't think this was to do with Destiny, but it was just funny because Destiny always puts its law and it cracked me up. She does also like to say, but God, just me. She sure does. Oh, Samantha, there you go. She said, and the Scots. Yep. Reen Bass, I love Mel's hair care products. They work. Yes. Danny says she's collecting Mel's products like Pokemon. Indigo Girl, they never can be specific, Indigo Girl, which means to me, I feel like they just fall back on jealousy and all those things because Indigo Girl said, I would really like to know what are people's issues with Mel. She's unbothered and minding her own business and pays them dust. Don't they have business to attend to? Do they? They pretend like they do. Oh, I'm not familiar with a lot of Gotti songs, but I could believe it though, in theory. Let's see. To Latrice, thank you. She said, I can't stop looking at your avatar. She's gorgeous. Mr. Trendon made her for me after my artwork, so I'm so appreciative. And y'all, the first time he made it, it was going to premiere last week. And then everything got wiped on his computer. It just went haywire. Everything went haywire. My computer went down. His computer just wiped itself, and he had to rebuild from scratch and still, did this for me. And I just really appreciate it. So let's be clear. I did not have to use a lot of the hair product. It actually did go a long way. And I have very thick hair. I have the coarse hair. I have all the things. And I have some length on me now. And I still have deep conditioning mask left. I thought I was going to clear that jar. I feel like I can get 2 or 3 more solid uses out of it. Of course, the oil is going to go a long way. And the leave-in conditioner, all of it actually went longer than I thought. And I was ready to just use it as a one time, and my head was just gonna suck it up. So yeah, I think it does go a long way, in my opinion. 41 Fifth said the fro was glistening and luscious. It does. Bravo Addiction. That's Journey to Jasmine right there. She said it, and I agree. That's gonna kind of be their names too now, Legion, because it's so fitting. Jasmine. Dusty took Hotel to that party. Yeah, but she wouldn't be commenting something back then. I don't think she'd be commenting on that back then for yesterday. I feel like it is more to do with Carlos King, the Scots, and what's something somebody's presently doing right now. Oh, you know what else though? It still could be about a hotel, but not as far as that party. The party's just, it wouldn't even have been a thing, I think, for Melody, except that they made her miss a friend's event to go to that party, which she thankfully, she didn't go to because they had hotel there. But other than that, I don't think, because it's like, if y'all want to go on the losing team, y'all go on the losing team. Good for you. Trini, your niece said you grew up because of your new Abby. Oh, that's so cute. I love it. That's my internet niece right there. No business to attend to, just fronts and S-pose to pay light bills, right? Until this day, no one can say what their issue is with Mel, and when they do say something, they never start from the beginning of what happened to her, why she moved the way she do. They never do, Samantha. They never do. Purple Unicorn said, your art has officially been included in my coffee mug collection. Yeah. Thank you so much for the honor, Purple Unicorn. Okay, let me see what else is in her stories, because we gotta get to this Simon craziness. This is the one I was looking for, y'all. She also put, you can mute people in life too. It's called boundaries. I have a lot of people muted. Lovingly for some, and I could not care less for others, because some of them are just because if I don't want to get frazzled, so you're lovingly muted for some, and then some is like, nah, you just straight muted. But yes, it is called boundaries. And then the last thing she said, hey beauties, I have gotten a few DMs about the Millimeter special. This last week was super busy, but we will start opening emails this week. Then we will start making choices. Love y'all. I didn't see a deadline. So if you still are trying to enter yourself to be a part of the Millimeter special, I don't know if there was a deadline. So, but it's not, I don't know where, I'd have to find that email address again. I have to see if I can find it again, y'all. I think it's support@millimeters.com. I believe it's the email address. But yeah, so that's how you submit if you are, trying to put your name in the hat to be in the Millimeter special, just so y'all know. Because she had posted that a few days ago. So this is her follow-up to say, hey, I'm about to get to the emails. I'm getting there. So yes. Okay. Carolyn, you want a hoodie? Oh, with the new avatar? Oh, snap. Okay, Carolyn, let me see what I can do on that one. Okay. Oh, Joy, you said it was said that he was a no-show to I'm air quoting so bad. The women's empowerment event. Oh, that's funny. I gotta look into that. Oh, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. Okay. Come on, Cletus. Okay. We need Trinity on this millimeter special. One more thing I'll say before I get off the millimeter special thing. 41 Fit, you are silly. I do think, and I think it was already pre-planned this way, I think that there's going to be a certain number that were reserved already for the category of content creator. I think there was a certain number that will be millimeters, not specifically non-content creator millimeters. Okay. So in case that's just me guessing, y'all, but I know she's very good at planning, and I just don't see it being one type. It's gonna be a variety. She might even have like it's got to be at least this many that are not women. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like it could be anything, but I definitely feel like there's a set number for content creators, set number for non-content creator millimeters like that. So please do not think just because you don't have a platform that you can't try to be a part of it, because I really think that first of all, I just don't see her doing it that way. That's just me though. Hey, Auntie Natty, how you doing? All right, so let's get into Simon Guobadia. And I got 25 minutes. Okay, hold on, y'all. Let me get my life together. It won't take long, I promise. All right, here. Let's stop this one. Let me get this off here. Okay, Simon Guobadia has a lawsuit against him. Thank you. Has a lawsuit against him. Oh, hold on one sec. I got to answer this question. Deuce, the code for the hair products, you have to get the bundle, but the code is just one word, grow. Oh, there goes Danny answering it. Okay. Baby girl said he probably didn't come because he couldn't read the cue cards, because you know he can't read. I know, baby girl. I know. Oh, y'all, I'm about to go have fun researching that. I see you, Paper Chase. I'm about to go have some fun. Okay. So this is NetJet Sales Incorporated versus Simcoe Petroleum Limited Company LLC, basically Simon Guobadia. Okay. So this is their complaint. It says, now come plaintiffs NetJet Sales Inc. for their claims against defendant Simcoe Petroleum Limited Company LLC, stated as follows. Oh, before I keep going, shout out to Tisa Tales, okay? I told y'all Tisa Tales had been on his head top for at least had to be about at least 2 years now. If they've been married for 15 months, she was on Simon's head pre that time they got married. So Tisa Tales has been on it. She did a great breakdown again to remind people of some things. So please check out her channel. You probably already know about her channel, but if you don't, I gotta make sure Tisa Tales. So shout out to her. There was something else. Shout out to everybody that was already covering it, because it's always going to be more than one of us covering the same topic. Okay. And before we get started, y'all, Carolyn said, I have 4 of your hoodies. So many people ask me where I got them, so I'm putting you on blast in Uniontown, Pennsylvania for sure. They are Philadelphia, right? Uniontown, Philadelphia. No, Pennsylvania for sure. They're always amazed when I tell them it's your art. Thank you, Carolyn. I appreciate you so much. Okay. Hey, Vivian from Jamaica. All right, so let's keep going in this lawsuit. It says this is an action for breach of contract. Defendant Simcoe Petroleum Limited Company LLC is a Georgia LLC, and here are the background facts. Plaintiffs operate a fractional aircraft program, the NetJets fractional program. Tisa Tales described this as like a timeshare, but for private jets. And I love that. I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay. And she sometimes also called it like a Uber for private jets. So here's the thing, y'all. I think it's probably more expensive to maintain a private jet full time. So it's not even me shading them for having this. It's the fact that you don't have the money to keep this up. Like, just don't do it if you don't have the money. It's fine if you're doing like a timeshare private jet, because it probably is way more costly to actually own the private jet. So I get that part. But why would you do this if you don't have the money for it? Like, to do it this way either. So it says NetJet Sales engages in the business of selling and leasing fractional interest in private jets in the NetJets fractional program. NetJets Aviation provides aircraft management and support services such as flight planning, provision of crew members, and maintenance for the individuals and entities that purchase or lease an interest in a program aircraft from NetJet Sales. These individuals and entities are referred to as owners. NetJets NetJet Services provides administrative services for owners. On or about August 21st, 2020, defendant entered into a NetJets fractional program agreement with plaintiffs whereby defendant agreed to lease a 12.5 interest in a Cessna Citation aircraft. And the way Tisa Tales was describing it was like, that means he would get it 12.5% of the time. So that's kind of how she was stating it could break down that way. On or about July 3rd, 2021, defendant agreed to increase its lease to a 15.625% interest in the Cessna Citation aircraft. And I made myself a note, and I put, Tisa Tales said that it was around that time, this July 3rd, 2021 time, that Simon was courting Porsha, possibly overlapping with Fallon, and that's why he had to do an increase in his time. Like, that was just a possibility, just a theory. But I'm like, it makes sense though. Defendant breached the terms of the program agreement by failing to timely pay to plaintiffs all amounts due under the program agreement, and plaintiffs terminated the program agreement under its terms on or about February 28, 2023. These unpaid amounts included, without limitation, monthly management fees, monthly lease fees, occupied hourly fees for flight time, hourly fuel fees. At the time of the termination of the program agreement, defendant owed to the plaintiffs the amount of $974,213.11. On or about August 23rd, 2023, plaintiffs and defendant entered into a confidential release agreement and payment plan. The release agreement, whereby defendant agreed to pay plaintiffs the specific sum of $839,296.11 in monthly installments with interest. Defendant was required to pay the release payment to plaintiffs in 34 monthly installments set forth on a remittance schedule. Again, for me, there's not anything wrong with breaking up payments, but I'm telling you, he was stunting on the gram. And you know how you talk about people that be stunting on the gram. And also, not that he didn't make the payments after the first payment. That's the thing on where I'm like, boy, Simon. All right. Defendant's failure to pay any installment by the due date set forth on the remittance schedule plus a 3 business day grace period created a material breach of the release agreement. And they also, I'm trying to not read the same thing over and over. It also caused the remaining balance of the release payment to become due and payable immediately. So no more payments, no more installments. Defendant's failure to pay any installment caused interest to begin accruing on the remaining balance of the release payment at the rate of 18% per annum. Defendant timely made the first installment of $25,000. So he did that one nicely. It was due under the remittance schedule on September 1st, 2023, reducing the balance of the release payment to the $814,296.11. Defendant failed to pay the second installment shown due on the remittance schedule by the due date of October 1st, 2023, or within the 3 business day grace period extending to October 4th, 2023. As of the filing of this complaint, defendant has failed to make any payments to plaintiffs beyond the first installment on September 1st, 2023. Count 1, breach of the release agreement. It says defendant's breach of the release agreement has directly and proximately caused plaintiffs to incur and continue to incur damages including $814,296.11, the remaining principal balance of the release payment, interest on the remaining principal balance of the release payment at the rate of 18% per annum, the cost of enforcement and collection of the costs of the amounts due under the release agreement, including reasonable attorney's fees. And count 2, breach of program agreement. I'm going down to some of the exhibits so I could just show y'all. Okay, so this is them showing that he signed the confidential settlement and release agreement, and the black boxes are what they redacted because they had agreed to, I guess, like, some things were going to stay sealed. So that's what this is. So it's all mostly blacked out, but I highlighted the parts I wanted to show y'all. Okay, so it says, in the event that a party or released party institutes any legal suit, action, or proceeding against another party or released party arising out of or relating to the settlement agreement, the prevailing party or released party in the suit, action, or proceeding shall be entitled to receive from any non-prevailing party or released party, in addition to all other damages to which it may be entitled, the costs incurred by such prevailing party or released party in conducting the suit, action, or proceeding, including reasonable attorney fees and expenses and court costs. So he's gonna owe a lot of money on top of the principal amount. And then y'all, we're gonna get down to it. But I want to show you in this agreement. I said, "Oh, you didn't." And this is probably standard, but I was like, this probably wasn't the best for you if you were gonna do this. But this part says it's just showing the general schedule. The owner would, the owner, air quote owner for the 15% interest in the timeshare of this private jet is Simcoe Petroleum. The owner's principal contact would be Simon Guobadia. The airframe was a Cessna Aircraft Company 680 Citation Sovereign. The closing date was August 21st, 2020. At that time, he had the 12.5% interest in there. And then going down, a lot of redaction. Okay. Under the fees, it says owner agrees to pay NetJets the monthly management fee in the amount specified. The owner agrees to pay to NetJets the occupied hourly fee. Owner agrees to pay NetJets the hourly fuel fee multiplied by the number of occupied hours flown by owner during the previous month. Yes, sis. I was actually going to suggest this for our next show with Here for Hot Tea and Journey to Jasmine for him to be the big dummy. I was like, this is the one. This is the one. Okay, going down. Okay, aircraft lease agreement. Payment due. Owner is responsible for costs incurred in the event NetJets is required to collect monies owed, including reasonable attorney's fees incurred, and interest from the date the fees were due at the rate of 1.5% per month, basically 18% per annum. I tried to skip over anything that was kind of more generic. Here's the thing. I was like, I don't know if it would have helped him anyway, but Section 11 is the jury waiver. The parties hereby knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently waive their rights to a jury trial in any action, suit, or proceeding relating to, arising under, or in connection with this agreement and any other document, agreement, or instrument executed or delivered in connection with this agreement. So no jury. That's not happening. And they served him, and at the time they didn't have an attorney on file for him yet. I'm sure he'll probably pick up an attorney, maybe. But I agree with Shan when she said the other day, Simon is cash poor. All I hear is scammer, scammer, scammer when it comes to Simon. This is the updated lease agreement, July 3rd, 2021. This is where he increased the interest. So this increased amendment is made and entered this 3rd day of July 2021. And this is where he needed more time. The interest equals time. So it increased from 12 point something to 15% or 15 point something percent. And then again, you see the lessee, not the owner this time, but the lessee, Simcoe Petroleum Limited Company, and lessee's principal contact, Simon Guobadia. Undivided interest size went up to 15.625%. Contract adjustment date is August 21st, 2025. All to flex on the ground, right, sis? And it's fine if you can actually afford it. That's my thing. My problem comes when people actually can't afford what they stunning doing. That's where I'm like, why would you even just don't do it then? But if you have it to do it, fine, that's your life, Um, TKO said Fallon was telling Porsha she wasn't trying to hear her. She said it's not what you want, letting Porsha know he had no money. TKO. Right, right. Shan said, y'all remember that Porsha family spinoff? Simon wanted to be on TV. He needs the money. Mm-hmm. Bravo said they aren't going to get any money from him. It will be from Porsha. She's probably the one who made the one and only payment. It's possible, but this is also what I was thinking though. The it's still against his LLC. So with that, unless Porsha's part owner in his LLC, I don't know if they could come after Porsha. I had actually been kind of sitting and thinking about that. How do you come after the spouse if it was the spouse's business and not the spouse as an individual? So I would love to know y'all's thoughts on that. Porsha may not be in anything with this if she's not on that business. She's not, Sweet Jane. I'll show you the top page again so you can see it. This is why I don't envy or covet the life of an influencer or celeb on the gram. Right. They come almost every time. It turns out to be fake. It'd be very few that just really live in that life. It's more fake than not. And shout out to How I See It TV and Bravo Addiction Vivian Cafe. They are content creators as well. It's a mess, right? Oh, let me go show you the top page to show you. No, she is not named in this. And he entered this agreement pre being in a formal relationship with Porsha as well. But it's against his business and it's care of, or y'all, I'm not gonna lie, CO Simon Guobadia. I'm gonna say care of. I can't remember. Let me see here. The business was gonna have been established before he married Porsha because this was when he was still with Fallon. Fallon exited so quickly. Porsha is the flight log. She may be liable if he's not able to pay, but it's against his business. That's the thing. If it was against him as an individual private citizen, then I see how she could pick up his debt. But just because I go and I enjoy the thing that you had that you were under the lease for, not me, I don't know if I'd be liable. I don't know about that one because this is his business. I don't know. If it was single, what is it called? Sole proprietorship, maybe she could still be liable. But it's a LLC. Unless he went back and added her as a co-owner or something. I don't know. I don't know if Porsha. Now, he got other things. Tisa said he got other lawsuits. So it's still going to be some stuff that maybe Porsha is going to be liable for with him because they're married. But if he put it under his business name, I don't see how she could be liable for stuff that's a lawsuit against his business. The difference with like Tisha and Marceau, Tisha is definitely an owner of Scope. So she would also be trying to figure that out with Zen Gardens. But this has nothing, it doesn't have Porsha on it at this time. This is very much against one of Simon's companies. Oh, TKO, I'm Team Twirl. Y'all, but yeah, Mark was not right for Kenya though. I have to agree with you on that. Obviously, I mean at this point, if we can't see it, but I think we saw it at the beginning. He is not right for Kenya. He is something else. Audrey says she is not liable. He went into the agreement prior to marriage. Bravo Addiction said Porsha should have filed for an annulment. Seriously, assignment his name because it would be a fraudulent marriage contract. I heard that some people think Simon's not his real name, and because of his felony charges for assuming a fictitious name, it's not far-fetched to believe Simon's probably not his real legal name. I wouldn't put it past him. I don't know. I don't know with Porsha though. Like I just feel like at some point Porsha, not the jet thing, but some things I feel happening in that house. You got to know this man didn't have it like he was pretending to have it. The world may never know, you know. Let's see. TKO said, I don't feel sorry for her. She should have done her homework. And she's going to be fine. I don't feel sorry for Porsha because Porsha's going to be fine. I feel like Porsha thought she caught a lick. He wasn't that great of a lick, and she's moving on with her life. Porsha is a mover and a shaker, and as much as I'm like not team Porsha, I can understand. I mean, I can acknowledge she's going to be fine. She's going to be out of this. He's going to keep doing what he do, and she's going to go on. She got her new deals, and I was definitely disappointed when she quit Dish Nation because I'm like, Porsha, keep it. That man don't seem right. Keep that job, but you know, it's her life. Thank you. 7 minutes left. 7 minutes. Let's see. Alpha MC said, you may have already discussed this, but with Porsha filing the divorce papers under her maiden name, does that equate to them not legally being married? It does not, because she might have just not legally changed her name when they got married. So she might have just not officially went on legal documents by Porsha Williams Guobadia. She might have just went by that socially, cutely. But yeah, so she might have, because I definitely saw she filed under Porsha Diane Williams. So maybe she didn't legally change her name to Guobadia when they got married. But here's the thing too, Alpha MC, if they never actually went through with getting a marriage license and all that, then she also would not have had to file with the court to divorce him. She could have just walked away as well. So I feel like she did legally marry him, or what's the purpose of going through the court to legally divorce him if she did not legally marry him? She kept her house, right? I hope so. Yeah, there was something that started with the I, Melanated Fitness, and his I'm quoting middle name, or maybe he stole. Oh Lord, or maybe he stole the identity. I watched too many true crime documentaries. Same Melanated Fitness, same. 41 Fit said, "Don't feel bad." Audrey said the government don't even know who Simon is. Fallon did not know, or any of his Atlanta business associates. So obviously he has fooled a lot of people that was capping for him. Yeah, that glitz and glam will blind some. It definitely will. And they got married in a short time. I wonder how long he dated Fallon before they got married, But yeah, Fallon. Okay, y'all. Can we be honest? Can we just sit here and talk for a second? For me, Simon in no way is attractive. So it had to be something else that led them to be like, excuse me, I'm gonna legally commit and marry this person. I'm sorry. I don't see it. Okay, so you know why they were over there. That's my opinion. That's only my opinion. But come on, I cannot do Simon. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see. It's too much going on with that man. He needs. Whoa. Well, it is too much going on with him. I'll agree with the first part of that. I'll agree with the first part. Yep, it's the money, Sweet Shane, right? The age gap, yeah. And if you're not like handsome, that age gap is real. B Jackson said agree. Not mugly. Oh my gosh, Audrey. The hype for a fake lifestyle, yes. Oh yeah. They both wanted in on Roa. They both were in on it. Yes, Simon and Fallon, right? Is that what you're saying? Both 41 Fit, Simon and Fallon? Because yeah, I've heard very many times Simon was the thirstier one to be on Real Housewives of Atlanta. That's what I've heard a lot. Oh yay, Vi said yes. Porsha kept her house. Her mother's living in it. Come on, Vi. Thank you. I'm glad. Melanated Fitness said Fallon did say 1 week they would have 20,000, the next they'll be broke. That's what she told Up and Adam in her interview. I forgot about that part, and I did watch that interview, but it's been a while, right, Melanated Fitness? Alpha C said, I'm just so surprised to see so many folks didn't see how fraudulent Simon, aka Florida Evans. Oh my God. He does move scammy, in my opinion, Alpha C. Let me put my banner up real fast. I'm not bringing, I don't want to ruin my aesthetic, but all things are alleged, and in every individual's opinion, entertainment purposes only. But man, Jay-Z said, ain't no such thing as an ugly billionaire. Well, he was a fake one. He was stunning like he was about to be one, Danny. So I guess, there was no ugly in the fake ones either. Indigo Girl, so I believe they really thought he had riches. Yeah, why would you put yourself through that if you didn't think he actually had it? So I agree with you. At the beginning, in the beginning, they thought he had it, and they quickly are learning and have learned that he did not have it. Porsha is smarter than y'all think. She kept all her business entities in her name only. Look, Porsha is, when it comes to having a come up, I do think Porsha is smart. So there's some things I'm always think Porsha's ditzy on, but yes, good for her to keep all her business in her name. Good for her. Let's see here. Shan said he's always been sketchy to me. I don't know how they didn't see it. I don't either, Shan. I don't either. Alpha C said keep the banner running. That we almost done. I have 2 minutes. That gold digger Porsha thought she was marrying an unattractive billionaire. Good. She moved on quickly. She did think that. I mean, I don't understand the motivation outside of that. Porsha has the what do they call it? oh my gosh, there's a term. It's like, it's not called this, but I'm gonna say beauty politics. That's not what it's called. But she has that. So she will continue to be able to move on for a long time. And she also establishes her own legacy, because let's not act like she doesn't have her own legacy at this point. But yeah. There's nothing else. He has no personality. Because that's another thing. That's why comedians usually get very attractive women too. Because male comedians, their personality will make up for looks. He does not have a personality to me. She's gonna twerk on somebody else. Creepy and sketchy. Simon is the new old Melanated Fitness, the new old Legion with all these shell companies. Wonder, did he print documents to? Girl, I think we'll keep finding out. I think the more that happens, the more that will be dug into. Just like British Williams' ex. She got dug into, and then they was also digging into his stuff, with the whole PPP loans and all that stuff. Y'all, it's gonna be more to come. I am following Tisa Tales because I can't keep up with all the court cases that come out, especially like this one came out in Ohio. This was not in Georgia. So look, Franklin County, Ohio. So yes, I depend on other content creators too, and then I'll just come back on my lukewarm tea and still come talk about it with y'all to share my thoughts. Okay, I'm supposed to, pretty privileged, yes. Pretty privileged. She does have that Melanated Fitness. I do see Yoda, Brittany. I actually do see Yoda. All right, we're at time, y'all. Yes, I heard. I'm gonna be looking at them. Okay, y'all. I will see you in pre-recorded videos. I'll for sure see you live Friday, and I kind of technically will see you in Queen Sheba's chat tonight, but I'm looking for the troublemaker, so I might not be able to greet you, but from my heart, I'm gonna say hi now. All right, y'all. Thank you for joining me for Lunch Break Live. I will talk to y'all later. Bye. I'll be taking my time. Taking all of your time, taking all of your time, yeah. I'll be taking my time,